Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 1st of January 2023, and now, please give your warmest applause for the New Year's speech of Altin Donkey. Dear donkey brothers, dear donkey ladies, stormy times has passed and sunshine is ahead of us. I don't want to bother you with any political stuff, but I would like to give a recommendation to the donkey ladies to maintain their wealthy and strong position. Instead of tightening your belt, please untighten it now, loosen it, and if you like, even undress. Lay down on your back, slightly open your mouth, spread your legs, relax. Take a deep breath and wait what's coming next. Probably what's coming next will be Altin Donkey. And in that regards, it's about time to have our last day in London, which will not be so full of program, but of traveling back to Germany. And it's about time to follow me, donkey brothers and donkey ladies, to see some small sights before leaving London. Let's go!
Ich bin Altin, der Esel, Altin, der Esel, Altin, 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 der Esel, ich bin Altin, der Esel, Altin, der Esel, Altin, 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 der Esel, I am Altin, the donkey, Altin, the donkey, Altin, 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 the donkey, I am Altin, the donkey, Altin, the donkey, Altin, 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 the donkey.
Altin Donkey live from the toy department of Harrods, the biggest shopping center in the world. And besides the fact there's no donkey as cool as him around, he can at least welcome a fat bear called Bruno. Hello Bruno. And by the way, speaking of the biggest shopping center in the world, a couple of years ago there was still a pet department even in here. And they sold crocodiles, monkeys and such cute animals. And the question of today would be, in which year this department has been closed for animal rights reasons. So, and besides that fact, Altin Donkey would like to add some facts about yesterday. For the fireworks, the organization was quite nice. There were clean toilets, food stores in reach, and besides the fact that some people broke down a fence and pushed away the security guards, nothing bad has happened and anyone was celebrating peacefully. Yeah, only one side mark is that the whole inner city of London has been closed, roads have been blocked, and Altin Donkey had to walk around 6 kilometers to catch the next bus. Anyway, let's continue from Harrods. After hiding behind the camera in Harrods, Altin Donkey proudly presents the more cozy and relaxed part of today, which is the tea time. Altin Donkey would like to present the very classic tea, which is in this cup over there, and then a very typical London dish, which is in the second layer of this device. That's the second question, maybe the third, I don't know, of today. What's the name of this very typical London dish in the middle of this tray? Yeah, it's very, very typical for London, that's why it's very important to know it. And Altin Donkey found a very sweet and lovely coffee here with very nice stuff, with nice uniforms. And the waitress even put a rose on every table to make sure that Altin Donkey will definitely get one. So, it's tea time, dear donkey brothers and donkey sisters and donkey ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, a last time from Great Britain, Altin Donkey proudly presents a Spire Lounge in London Heathrow Airport. After riding Piccadilly line to the end, Altin didn't connect to the circus, but to the airport. What a surprise! After a very smart self-check-in that only requires the passport, Altin Donkey unfortunately forgot to dispose his coke, so he got stuck in security control, but the guys were very polite and serious, so in the end there was no problem and Altin could pass through. So finally, before we enter the airplane, Altin Donkey has a very last question, which is an honor to a very special person of the German news show, so probably our English-speaking audience will have no chance to answer this question. But in any case, after we saw like multiple prime ministers in UK, anyway, it doesn't matter to remember the name. At the moment, probably it's Rishi Sunak still, but this can change in the blink of an eye. So Altin Donkey wants to know who is the German correspondent for the news show Tagesschau in the first German television, reporting live from the UK when the Prime Minister is changing his underwear. Altin Donkey for the last time from the UK, from British airport Heathrow, and then we are heading for the airplane now. Follow me, Donkey brothers, sisters and ladies. Dear Donkey brothers, Donkey ladies, Donkey sisters and everyone who wants to become a member of the family, Altin Donkey from his new pillow and bed will conclude the chapter of London. In the end, Altin would like to give a couple of sentences to British Airways flight, which has been operated in an Airbus 319, as introduced already before, which is a very small airplane that led into a very high velocity of flying, and the flight only took 1 hour, which is very positive, but it was super bumpy due to weathers and wind impacts, and Altin Donkey can add another odd story to his traveling diary. Before departure, 3 engineers entered the airplane and Altin Donkey already felt a little bit sick to his stomach, but it turned out it wasn't about a technical issue on the airplane. It was because a care set for pregnant women for emergency cases was supposed to be in a certain place, and after falling down it had to be adjusted and brought back to its initial place, and therefore British Airways asked 3 engineers to enter the airplane. What a nice story. In the end, Altin Donkey almost on time arrived, and even the German train system almost on time brought him back home, so it seems like the new year is very promising already. Now going back to the questions raised today, and starting when Harrods closed its legendary zoo department selling lions, elephants and alligators. It was in 2014. The second question referred to the very sweet dish that is served with clotted cream, hasn't been mentioned but it does, for the traditional afternoon tea, and this is a scone. Last but not least, Altin Donkey mentioned the journalist who's taking care of London for the German news TV, and she's always live on it when the Prime Minister in England changes his underwear, and this lady's name is Annette Dittert. What a very nice first name. In any case, it's now about time again to say welcome 2023. I wish you a very pleasant and great and positive year full of Altin Donkey and his legendary stories, and we will see each other, smell each other and feel each other in the next video, where Altin Donkey will give a very short evaluation of his trip. Wavy, wavy and twink twink, Donkey brothers, Donkey sisters, Donkey ladies, and everyone who wants to become a member of the family. Your Altin Donkey.
Big Ben had to Big Bang. If you really did, you will figure it out exactly here. Hello and a very warm welcome to the question, how did I do? After the quickie with London. Of course, London already satisfied many people, but it's a special honor if Altin Donkey will make his water come into this kind of reviews. In this video we have 3 sections. The first part is about the journey itself and the hotel, then we'll have a question. The second one is about events and activities, we'll have a second question. And the third one, even though Altin Donkey really likes it hard, you will have some soft factors. Let's see if Altin Donkey can still find some Get a Große Legacy question, and if not, we'll throw Snow White to the fire. It's a target to talk less than 10 minutes, as we will combine this video with the way back, as on the 3rd day it didn't happen too much, so yeah, let's give it a shot, dear Donkey sisters and brothers and those who want to join the family.
So let's start it off with British Airways. Of course, the flight times were, how to say that, on the dark side of the watch, respectively, somewhere when Altin Donkey would normally sleep. However, check-in and boarding were somewhere inside the frame that British Airways had given before, and on the way back we had a very fast flight, I think even under 1 hour, so the captain did a great job, and in general the crew was absolutely lovely, and the flight featured the traditionally wild landing in London. In general, Altin Donkey always says, if you get a horse for free, don't complain if it needs to pee. So if it was his very first premier flight for free, and that one was definitely a very good choice. British Airways will receive 4 out of 5 blue British Airways Premier cards. Alright, next point, the Hotel Travelodge. We have extraordinarily kind stuff. A young donkey lady named Sarah granted Altin Donkey check-in at 9 AM. Altin Donkey cannot remember that somebody was granting him an early check-in like that, and she even helped him to find the right room. Yeah, the location of the hotel is very great. It's very central and close to the underground, of course. And the rooms are solid, actually decent, I'd say, but you need to be careful with the plugs. They only feature USB plugs, which is very good if you don't have any adapter on the plugs. But if you have laptops and cameras, which are dependent on, let's say, common plugs, then you have no chance, and then you need to find a solution for that. The beds could, honestly speaking, be slightly more comfortable, but well, yeah, it's been endurable for a couple of days. And we had a solid British breakfast and very good Wi-Fi, so it's 4.5 out of 5 TripAdvisors and a very clear recommendation for the Travelodge. And now, a couple of words about public transport. Yeah, good old tubes, charming and honorable. We had a couple of power failures, and let's say the tracks were a bit bumpy here and there. There's few space, but everything is super lovely. It takes 1.5 hours from London Heathrow to the city center, and that's absolutely fine. Only the day cabs, well, officially you have to do 3 rides, and then the next ride will only be 20 pence, and then there's a cab. Unofficially, actually nobody knows when the cab is coming. At a certain moment you will not pay any more for the day ride, but then it's fine. In the end, the charm of the tubes just asks Altin Donkey for 4.5 out of 5 oysters. Oystercard knows why. And now, to close chapter number 1, the first question of today. Which actor, born 1927 in London, played 7 times James Bond 007, and he actually became famous by portraying action hero Stephen Templar in the 1960s? And now, section number 2, events and activities, starting with Madame Tussauds. We have a spectacular treasure of wax figurines. It's simply huge. We have great figurines and very nice collections around certain themes. You can spend there at least 4 hours, and it's something there for everyone. We have sportsmen, we have something for kids, we have something with horror. Only thing is that every person has to pay £35, which is a real price. Anyway, Altin Donkey would like to give 4 out of 5 beehives, and he's not talking about the haircut of Amy Winehouse. Then, New Year's Eve. We have a very tight organization, and half the inner city is closed. Everyone has an allocated entrance, and even though it took a little bit longer, the organization was very good. Food and drinks were available, toilets were clean, papers were there, and only from security perspective, some riots were breaking down fences, but peacefully joining the party, so everyone had a very nice evening, and we had a great DJ with great music, and he was enhancing the mood in the right moments, so that even Dublin and Paris was celebrating with us, probably. In the end, it was a bombastic firework, and Big Ben joined in with his bell plays. Altin Donkey can really recommend this party, and he would like to recommend to you, in case you want to do it one day, you should definitely check where the entrance is in comparison to your hotel, as you might need to walk back the whole way. Altin Donkey at least walked 6.5 kilometers before he could join, or he could enter another bus. Alright, second question of today. The only flat respectively apartment, that the Beatles were living together is in London, 57th Green Street, close to the Hyde Park, in which year this Beatles shared flat has been found. Alright then, let's close it off with the soft factors today evaluated with Gervin Price Iceman Darts drinking cups. That was a hard word. And we start with the ratio of price and what you get for the money. So, London is not exactly the Aldi of the city trips. You need to be aware of that. If you want to impress donkey ladies by your fortune, I think you should choose another place. In the end, compared to Germany, the prices in pounds are even higher than the prices in euro here, and you're even losing on the exchange rate. Therefore, Altin Donkey can only give 2.5 out of 5 Gervin Price drinking cups for the price ratio. And the food, well, London features the cuisine of all the world, that's clear, but we're talking a little bit about the British food. It's actually very heavy. Even though everywhere in the restaurants they will show you how much calories your dish has, it's very hard to get a dish under 1000 kilocalories, and actually you only have 2000 for the day if you're not doing sports. So that means it's very heavy, and usually there's also lots of grease inside. It's tasty though, but if you are on a diet or if you count calories, it's not exactly the most recommendable place in the world. 3.5 out of 5 Gervin Price drinking cups. Safety and security. Besides these fence breakers on the Sylvester party, New Year's Eve party, Altin Donkey always felt safe and taken care of, so it's 4.5 out of 5 Gervin Price drinking cups. Let's talk about toilets. Actually, few places had public toilets. Some restaurants were offering, some of them were not, and you had to pay. Even in the underground there were toilets, but you had to pay in coins, and to be honest, who's carrying pound coins in his pocket? So, in the end, it's a very mixed picture, and Altin Donkey will give 3.5 out of 5 Gervin Price drinking cups for the toilets. Let's talk about something nice. Activities. London is offering activities all around the clock, 24/7 and all year long. Actually, even if you already did the main sites, London will offer something for everyone this way around all year long. So Altin Donkey can only give 6 out of 5 Gervin Price drinking cups for this. And hospitality. Altin Donkey loves the British people, most especially their accent. They are so hospitable, and when they start talking, Altin Donkey is just closing his eyes and enjoying the sound, and then in the end he needs to ask what they said because he didn't focus. But in the end, it's super cute to see how they offer elderly people a seat, how they insist guests to walk in the door first, and certain just aspects of kindness are very much given in London. So it's 5 out of 5 hospitality points. And talking about vibes, the last time that Altin Donkey entered London, he caught a little spark, and this time the spark got even bigger. There are so many unique things: the red buses, the red letterboxes, the black caps, and so many others actually. That there are so many special vibes that Altin Donkey also gives 6 out of 5 even points for the vibes in Gervin Price drinking cups. And last but not least, the farewell factor in terms of I have to go back there again. It's actually higher than other places. Certainly Altin Donkey will not go back tomorrow, but it was not his last time in London. 4 out of 5, I have to go back Gervin Price drinking cups. The only thing that sucks actually, and Altin Donkey hates Brexit for that, is that people from out of Europe without a European citizenship need a visum, which is super expensive. Dear British people, think about that. So, last question. 1251, Henry III got a very nice gift from the Norwegian king. It was an animal, and he was putting it on a very long leash to make sure this animal could swim in Thames River. What kind of animal are we talking about? Story plot: it's not a donkey. And now, after London got the feedback for the quickie, Altin Donkey just wants to give you the answers of today's question. First one was, which actor born 1927 in London played Bond for 7 times and also portrayed a certain Simon Templar? And the right answer is Roger Moore. Well,
Second question is, in which year the Beatles lived together in a shared flat somewhere close to Hyde Park? And the right answer is 1963. Not 1973, that would be James Blunt actually, I think. And last but not least, the question was, which animal has been given from the Norwegian king to Henry III in 1251? And this animal was swimming in Thames River and probably here and there also eating some other swimmers. It was an ice bear. Well, that being said, Altin Donkey only has one thing left to say congratulations to Azizam for winning the quiz for the most correct answers, because to Boshasti, Kheli Boshasti. And yeah, we will see each other very soon again when the targets are Edinburgh and Budapest. And Altin Donkey wishes you a donkey-like time and a very warm welcome to 2023 again, dear donkey sisters and brothers and those who want to join the family.